The planet Earth, where incredible things are happening above us right now. You see the SpaceX launch last night? Last night, SpaceX launched their first private space flight from Cape Canaveral. 4 passengers took off in a rocket that'll take them on a 3-day journey. By the way, that, to me, is a ball of flame. I don't know why you'd want to be in that, but a lot of people do, I guess. This is the first orbital mission in the history of space flight staffed entirely by non-professionals. No one on board is an astronaut. None of them have any training. One of them is a geologist, so if there's an emergency, at least they'll know what kind of rock they're going to crash into. But imagine that, going on a rocket, no one on the board is qualified to fly. It's like if Spirit Airlines went to space. There are, there are 4 winners of this golden ticket. They include a billionaire, cancer survivor, a geologist, and a raffle winner. All they're missing is the professor and Mary Ann. By the way, if you're not real astronauts, I feel like you shouldn't get to pose like you're the crew from Apollo 13. These are essentially people who have 4 very expensive bus tickets, and they're only the first. SpaceX says they want to make space travel just like air travel. I think maybe they're overestimating how much we like air travel, you know? But you have to love humans. We just launched 4 civilians into orbit on a recreational space flight. We're still more interested in uncovering the mystery of Nicki Minaj's cousin's friend's balls. Or at least I am. I don't know. But the major story this week continues to be the drama involving a friend of a cousin of Nicki Minaj, whose boy boulders allegedly blew up bigly as a side effect of getting the COVID vaccine. The guy lives in Trinidad. He has not been found. And believe me, we've been looking for him. He is not. Yesterday, Nicki claimed she was invited to the White House to discuss this, and so they could answer any questions she might have about vaccination. The White House disputes that. They say they offered Nicki a phone call with one of their doctors, not a visit, and that denial did not go over well. Nicki insisted that her manager and publicist were on a call during which the White House invited her to come chat with Dr. Fauci in person. The White House says no, and I have to say, it's a shame that isn't happening. Dr. Fauci talking to Nicki Minaj about her cousin's friend's inflated gonads could have been one of the great pay-per-view events of all time, and now, and sadly, it is not to be. What happened, there's obviously a miscommunication. And Nicki, I just want to say, I'm sorry you had a frustrating experience with the Biden administration, but I think the best thing to do right now for everyone involved is for you and your cousin's friend, and his balls to come into my studio to show them to the world. No one is better equipped to handle this delicate situation like me than Guillermo, right, Guillermo?
Right, Jimmy, right, Jimmy.
That's right. And so the extra fun twist on this is that Fox News is really digging its fangs into this story. They have a new thing to pretend to be upset about. Tucker Carlson has made it a nightly topic on his show, and Fox News host Lawrence Jones led a spirited discussion about it, too.
If you're black and a Democrat tells you to shove marbles up your ass, you simply have to. Congressman, I don't think you're going to shove the marbles up your ass.
Nah, I'm not gonna do that at all.
Ah, come on. Please, just try one and see how it feels. Let's look at that exchange again and watch the guy on the right. Watch his reaction.
Shove the marbles up your ass.
Nah, I'm not gonna do that.
Well, that looks like the face of a man with a few marbles up his ass. It's been interesting to see Trump world go from there's nothing to worry about, it'll all wash away, to where we are now. So each week, we take a look back at what was in the news 1 year ago, and we've done it again this time for This Week in COVID History.
This week in COVID history, it's mid-September 2020, and the president's brain is busy.
Football's boring as hell.
They gave him a big fat shot in the ass.
She spent $2 million on I love the Hispanics.
Speaking of Hispanics, COVID is making a comeback, but President Pep Talk sees them all full.
The blue states had tremendous death rates. If you take the blue states out, we're at a level that I don't think anybody in the world would be at.
Goodbye to the blues. Time for some good news.
3 vaccines are already in the final stage.
What's stopping them?
Joe Biden's anti-vaccine theories are putting a lot of lives at risk. It's part of their war to try and discredit the vaccine.
Can it be true? Let's go to the tape.
Let me be clear. I don't trust vaccines. I don't trust scientists. But I do trust Donald Trump.
Clear as day. What else does this sinister anti-vaxxer have planned?
Democrats and Joe Biden have made clear they intend to challenge this election, to fight the legitimacy of the election.
Denying vaccines and challenging the results of the election? These dastardly Democrats must be stopped. Oh well, at least things can't get any worse.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg has died.
And this just in, there is no God. This has been This Week in COVID History.
The educational part of the show. Over on Newsmax, you know this Newsmax is a channel that seems to exist primarily to take phone calls from Donald Trump. They're like his switchboard. They are very angry about their side being silenced on Twitter and Facebook and whatever else on the topic of this virus. They are very anti-censorship, unless someone dares to level even the slightest bit of criticism at Donald Trump's role in the crisis that is Afghanistan.
Veterans, being one, right, and our friends are over there.
Right.
We followed this closely for multiple administrations, and we know that Trump's administration's efforts here were fairly weak, that they were trying to limit the number of people that would get out. And so there was coordination problems.
Joe, I'm gonna cut you. I'm already weak. I'm already low on time, Joe. Joe, cut him off, please. Cut him off now. Cut him off now. You're not going to blame this on President Trump on my show. It's not happening.
He is our one viewer, and we are not going to lose him. Well, he knows his audience. If they wanted journalism, they'd learn how to read, dadgummit. Meanwhile, President Biden had an uncomfortable moment yesterday. During a video call at the White House, Graham POTUS appeared to forget the name of the Australian Prime Minister.
Thank you, Boris. And I want to thank that fellow down under. Thank you very much, pal. Appreciate it, Mr. Prime Minister.
Yeah, you know what? We should consider ourselves lucky he didn't call him Kangaroo Jack. Biden gets away with stuff like this all the time. You spend your whole life calling people pal in sport. Whoever knows if you forgot their name or not? But needless to say, the right wing had some fun with this, pointing it as a proof that Biden is senile, that he's lost it, because one thing we know about Donald Trump is that he never, ever screwed up anyone's name.
If I ever said those words that Jay-Z said or that Beyonce said the other night.
And it's no good, but we just can't make mistakes, right? So we don't make mistakes. Go ahead, Ken.
Chuck Canterbury, the National President for Fraternal Order Police.
We appreciate it very much, Tim Apple. But
I look forward to solving it.
thank you, Steve. It's being discussed right now. Mike Bolton, as you know, is in Russia. And you heard the Prime Minister, you heard Netanyahu yesterday. Did you hear him, Bibi? And John Thune and Mike Pounds and so many, just a whole group of great people. Well, I had dinner last night with Jim Perry. I was impressed with him.
It's always Trump's fault. Can it ever be like Rick Gates' fault? I mean, it's always Trump's fault, Rick.
Yeah, well, he knows all the best names. He really does. You know, Trump hasn't officially announced whether he's going to run in 2024. But if he does, he could have some competition from his former vice president. Mike Pounce is reportedly prepping for a presidential run. He is hoping to raise $18 million to get the ball rolling. I may contribute just to see those two debate. Can you imagine? Oh, I can. And I love it. I have a bit of a conflict going on myself. I learned today that Logan Paul, you know what that is? He's got he's one of two Siamese twins. They separated them. And now they are on YouTube. They punch each other and stuff. Anyway, I made a joke about him the other night that he did not like at all.
I'm upset with Jimmy Kimmel, dude. Bo, I get it. I'm upset with Jimmy Kimmel for real. You know who that is?
Yeah, James, isn't it?
The talk show host?
Big Kimmel.
Yeah, James K.
JK.
JK, as we call him. Yeah, good old Jimmy.
Do you know him?
Yeah. So I went on a show. He was fortunate enough. He invited me on, his late night show. I opened up to him, dude. I talked about me missing my testicle. Like it was some serious conversation. Yeah. No, bro. He went on a show recently and he made a joke. He said me and Donald Trump are the worst people on earth. You Jimmy Kimmel. Honestly, Jimmy, you, bro. I'm not. No, that.
Oh, come on now. Had I known you fondly call me JK, I never would have said any of that stuff. I'm sorry, LP. I didn't mean to. I hope we can be bros again, dude. I really do. And I'm sorry about your testicle. I forgot about that. You know what? To make up for it, I'm going to give you one of my testicles. Or wait a minute. I just thought of something. Maybe I'll introduce you to Nicki Minaj's cousin's friend. This guy, he's got more testicle than he knows what to do with. Everyone is mad now, all the time, and a lot of the times they're mad at me. Anger is the new default emotion here in the United States. We are very eager to pounce at all times. And in fact, we conducted an experiment today. We went out in the street, we asked people to weigh in on a bunch of celebrity misdeeds that we made up. Now, none of these things actually happened, but that didn't stop folks from being upset with them about them in a new segment here on the show called the first ever edition of Cancellation.
We're talking to people about cancel culture. So should Oprah be canceled for what she said about the troops?
Yes. Even by mistake, if you say something about people who's fighting for us, even if it was a mistake, she has to apologize.
Where were you when you first saw she said it?
I think I was working.
And what did it say?
Everybody saying, hey, this Oprah say this, Oprah say that. Twitter, blah, blah, blah.
What was your reaction when you saw the video of Wayne Brady chopping down the windmill?
And just what is happening here? This is bizarre.
Where were you when you saw the video?
Oh, I read a tweet. Like, I was up late and I saw the tweet, or maybe it was early morning, I can't remember, and I was really excited. I texted my friends. I was like, do you guys see that this happened?
Can you describe it for anyone who didn't see it at this point? Which is no one?
He just seemed crazy. He was like, what is happening here?
Was it right for George Clooney to lose the role of Santa Claus for the harmful things he said about Italian food?
Yeah, I think George Clooney deserves to be canceled for that.
And do you think he should apologize?
I think he should. Yeah, he should own up to his wrongs.
When did you first hear about it?
Honestly, I didn't know much about it. I heard it on Twitter a little bit, but I didn't really look much into it. I don't really keep up with him as much.
What tweets did you see?
Just like people talking about canceling him and just like him not apologizing for his wrongs.
Spaghetti Gate?
Yes.
Did you see the video of Addison Rae punching the dolphin?
Yes.
Do you think she should be canceled for it?
Yes, I think she should be canceled.
Why?
Because it's disrespectful to harm harmless animals.
But the dolphin was antagonizing her.
Well, she could have got away from the animal because she was on dry land and the animal was in water.
Did you see the TikTok?
Yes, I saw it on TikTok.
But the music they put under the video, you gotta admit, it was pretty funny.
Yes, it was kind of funny, but I still had to remember what the cause of the video was for.
And what was it?
Her hitting the, Addison Rae hitting the dolphin.
And do you think Addison Rae is canceled for good?
I think that Addison Rae is temporarily canceled, but I do eventually think that they'll just forget about it.
Forget about what?
Her punching the dolphin.
Twitter is hopping mad at Timothée Chalamet for eating kangaroo meat. Should he be canceled?
Getting canceled for eating kangaroo meat, that's questionable because there's in different cultures you eat a lot of different things. You got people eating turtle, you have dog meat in some places. Down in South America, you got people eating guinea pigs. So.
But it was illegal where he ate it.
Oh, well, yeah. Then if he knew about it, then yeah, I think he should have to pay the consequences.
For the people who are living under a rock and didn't see the video, can you describe the video of Timothée Chalamet eating the kangaroo meat?
Oh gosh, it's been a while. So I only saw it once. So
yeah,
I can't.
But the slurping sounds he was making.
It's just gross. I think I kind of turned it off after the slurping because I don't care to hear people eat. That's something you don't need to see on a video, and we don't need to hear that. We just need to kind of get his reaction on how it tastes, if it tasted okay or whatnot. But
and he did it in a petting zoo, which made it worse.
Yes, in a petting zoo, that's really bad. So, especially for kids.
The little kid from Young Sheldon.
Okay.
He's going to jail for tax evasion. Do you think he deserves to be canceled?
No.
Why not?
I mean, everybody make mistakes. I mean, he know what he did, you know what I'm saying? When I saw it, I honestly was shocked. I was shocked because I wouldn't expect young Sheldon to do that. But hey, there's a lot of stuff that be going on in the world, you know what I'm saying? I really was shocked. I kind of looked a little bit into it, you know what I'm saying, to see like what actually did he do. So yeah.
Where'd you look?
Google. Twitter be talking about it, everything, so you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So you like to research things before you jump on it?
Yeah. I'm not finna, like I said, if young Sheldon did the crime, he do the time, but, you know, I'm not here to judge anyone, you know what I'm saying? But I did be nosy about it, though.
But you wouldn't speak on something without doing the research.
Exactly.
Some excellent points were made. All right. Hi, I'm Jimmy Kimmel. If you want to see all our latest videos, click the subscribe button. And if you don't, click anyway and close your eyes when they come on.